5, welcome to Art Week Lesson 2. We are going to be drawing a landscape picture today. Here is some bullet points that I have attached with your daily home learning today, so you can read that through at another time. It just gives you some tips on how to create a picture like the one that you can see here. I have also attached this with your daily home learning today, and it's a step-by-step guide how to draw a picture of a road with maybe a house and a fence on either side. So this is really good for beginners like me, and it shows you that we always need to draw a horizontal line, and the vanishing point or the center point is the main focus of our picture today. So if you want to have a go at this, I have sent that to you.
Hello artists, welcome to my art lesson on 1 point perspective. I'm having a go at this for the first time today, much like many of you. So I may make the odd mistake, but I'm going to persevere and see if I can do my best. So I have started by having my page landscape, which means it's wider across the top than it is along the side. And as you can see, I've drawn 2 diagonal lines from the top left corner to the bottom right, and from the top right corner down to the bottom left. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to draw a horizontal line through the center point where those lines meet. So I'm going to ask that you press fairly lightly with these today. I'm pressing a little bit darker than I need to so you can see it on the camera. But we may rub out some of these lines as we go through. So make sure today that you keep your lines nice and light. So now we're going to draw our road and our pavement. So we're going to start from our centre point here, and we're going to draw one line going down to the bottom of the page, and we're going to draw another line coming this way. And then we're going to do the same again. However, this time our lines are going to come slightly closer, and this is going to be our pavements. So you want to try and make sure that your pavements are the same width on both sides, and then we're going to draw horizontal lines going across. Okay, now they start off quite close together, and then they're going to get further apart as you come down, because if these were the same distance apart, they're going to appear closer, but they're actually just getting further away. So you're going to start off drawing horizontal lines, but they're going to get further and further away as you reach the bottom of the page. So on the left hand side of our street we're going to have some trees, and I have done this really quickly to show you, and I'm going to edit this later, but we're going to draw trunks almost down to the pavement, and they're going to go up past our centre line and go up back here, and then we're going to draw some leafy trees all the way up to our diagonal line here, and then we're going to draw another trunk here, and again we're going to be aware of this diagonal line. So every time we draw a tree, it gets a little bit further away. We can change the variety of our trees. You have got more time, I hope, so you might want to add some branches in to make it look more realistic. You might even change the variety of tree that you have along the side of this road. Okay, so I've got a shorter tree here, and then I might have a branchier tree here. All the while you're bearing in mind that they are getting further away, so we're just going to make sure we stay in line with this diagonal line here. And on the right side of our road we're going to have some buildings. Okay, so we're going to start off by coming in from the edge of the page. That's step 1. We're then going to go down and follow our guideline. That's step 2. We're then going to go all the way down to our pavement with a straight vertical line, that's number 3. We're then going to go to this point here and draw another vertical line down to our pavement, and then step 5 is across the bottom. So let me show you that again. We're going to go across 1, we're going to follow our guideline, 2, we're going to go down to our pavement, 3, we're going to go to this point here where our horizontal line meets our diagonal line, that's 4, and then we're going to go and follow this line here across the bottom, 5. Okay, which again, we're going to go 1, 2, follow our guidelines, down to our pavement, 3, back again, 4, and then across. So don't forget, some of these lines that you can see, like this one and this bit here, we're going to rub out later. I think we can fit one more in, and don't forget you can change the shapes of your building. So if you want a wider one, if you want a thinner one, they don't all have to be the same. And across. Okay, because this just needs to show that you've got a gap so children can, or adults can, walk in between the buildings if they want to. You may choose to fit one small one in the distance if you want to. Okay. So I've just been rubbing out some of my guidelines that I no longer need, and because I pressed quite hard earlier to show you so you could see it on the camera, you can still see it a little bit, but I have tried to rub out the lines I no longer need, and I'm just now rubbing out this horizontal line that went through the centre. And after you've done this, you can then start adding any extra details that you want. If you're happy with it, you could colour it in. If you wanted to add road markings, you could add that, so making sure that they get longer and further apart as you come down the road. If you wanted to add doors to your buildings, you could do that. So again, it's just making sure your ruler is parallel to the outside of the building, like this. And then if you take this line here and keep that quite consistent, you've then got your door to your building. You can decide on what your building is. Is it a supermarket? Is it a toy shop? Is it a sweet shop? So you could give your, I'll do it quickly with freehand, but you could give your shop a title. So it could be sweets. Now I've probably not done mine big enough. I'm just showing you there how you can add signs and doors to your buildings. If you wanted to add people, that's a little bit trickier. You could have people walking up and down your road. If you wanted to put clouds in the sky, you could. So you can really add your own detail and experiment from there. If you didn't want to have buildings and trees and you wanted mountains, there's a step-by-step guide in your email attachment today where it shows you how to draw mountains in the distance, or if you wanted mountains in this picture, you can maybe draw some mountains in the background there. Okay, so have a go, have an explore. I hope you've enjoyed drawing your landscape today, and if you'd love to show us your work, we would love to see them. Enjoy!
So here are 2 images that I have taken. This is what I was trying to recreate for you today. And because I'm not an artist, I haven't had as many practices as this artist has. So if you'd like to watch the video where an artist draws the same picture that Miss Harris has drawn for you, but slightly different, you can see they've drawn a bird in the tree and even a whale behind the trees there. So you can add your own details to your drawing if you'd like to make it a little bit more original and individual. And if you want to watch the artist draw this picture, I have sent you the link to the